Good day, everyone. Welcome to Minted for a recap of this week's market performance of the S&P 500, gold, silver, and Bitcoin, starting from the 26th to the 30th of January 2026. Starting off as always with the S&P 500, it has been relatively flat to slightly positive over the past week. According to market reports, it was up slightly even as some sessions saw volatility. On Friday, the index ended the day modestly lower, with broader stock markets showing cautious trading pressure. Recent movements have been influenced by investor reactions to major macroeconomic news, especially around monetary policy expectations. Summary: small weekly gain, some intraday volatility, and late-week risk-off sentiment. Now the yellow metal. Gold was strong earlier in the week, trading near multi-year highs and even breaking the $5,000 per ounce level recently. However, late-week news triggered a sharp reversal. After key Fed leadership news hit markets, gold prices tumbled sharply, around a double-digit percentage drop, marking one of the steepest daily declines in years. Despite that drop, gold prices remained above longer-term levels compared with earlier in the year before the correction. Summary: up early in the week, then pulled back significantly on macro news. Weekly performance mixed, but still elevated versus prior months. On to silver, who had a bit of a stumble on Friday, falling 40% from the highs. It followed a similar pattern to gold, with historic highs earlier in recent trading as investors piled into precious metals. Late-week selling pressure was even more pronounced, outpacing gold's by a considerable distance. The sharp drop suggests positioning unwind and volatility similar to gold's, with some even saying it shows how rigged the market is. I myself just see it as a quick discount and a good time to buy more. Summary: strong earlier momentum, followed by a significant sell-off late in the week. Overall weekly change likely modestly negative. And lastly, onto Big Daddy Bitcoin, which continued to underperform relative to stocks and metals recently, with a weaker trend continuing throughout the past week. Price remains volatile and has not participated as strongly in recent rallies that benefited stocks/metals. Broader sentiment is that BTC struggled compared with other assets. Summary: largely weaker/mixed performance, lagging equities and metals. Prices remain volatile. Well, that's this week's recap complete. I hope you learned something valuable. If there's anything you'd like to see included in these recaps, let me know in the comments. Anyway, see you next Saturday.